Have a look at these daily races today because it's Monday. We have had a refresh. Also, the Nations Cup that we've got on Wednesday. I thought we'd try and get some re-practice in. We got some the other night, but I mean it wasn't anything too particularly exciting. I feel like if we go for a bit longer, the track might dry up. So this starts on Wednesday, and these races get changed every single week. So we'll start off with a race, and we'll just mix it up and try and get some practice in for the Nations Cup that's starting on Wednesday. I'll be streaming all of that anyway, so once it's up, it's up. Looking to get a good enough time here. Could see a 1:33 and a 1:29, so, and a 1:28.1 there for world's top. I think we'll go there. I think we'll do Red Bull Ring first. It's a race in 15 minutes. I don't know if that's long enough to get used to the track. What's everyone using? WRX GR3. Cool. And where is that here? Okay, WRX. We've got a bit of hope for that one actually. We'll see how these starting laps go in. I think did we line up for it? No, we didn't. We're going to want to enter it first. There we go. Now we can select the WRX. There it is. This car is very grippy in the corner, so I'm assuming for that first corner. That first corner, I'm hoping it'll be a breeze. I don't want to start the race and then find out that there's other tyres that I could have used. Car settings. I haven't actually got the tyres for this. Wait, is it not letting me change them because... Why isn't it letting me change them? Is it only... See, this is why they should have the race information in this part, instead of having to come all the way out just to be able to figure out what the specifications of the race are. Like, you should be able to study them as you're in the lobby, I feel. I clicked exit. Because if you can use the soft tyres, then we'll use them for the lap. And if you can't, then we won't. Red Bull Ring. Mediums, inters, and wets. 5 laps. Cool. Okay. So we can't change the tyres. maybe a good thing. Just fasten the pedals up so they don't move. I'm gonna have to sort these pedals again. There's no room below the steering wheel. No room whatsoever below the steering wheel. And I found that the pedals are actually quite uncomfortable. That could be better. laps to get the brake back. Okay, that's a second though. How can that corner still be faster? That was so bad, I'm going to get penalised for that as well, which might mean that this lap won't count, but we're about to go into a race, so I think to set a baseline for this first race, we're probably going to maybe put a bit of traction control on it anyway. Look at that, I'm just talking, I'm not focusing. We'll put a bit of traction control on as a bit of a baseline focus, and then after that we'll see if we can do it with none. I think more practice laps would be beneficial, but not completely needed. But if it gets to the point where we feel like we're good, then there's not much we can do about that. It's about better corners, better lines, better speed going into and out of corners. Don't know why all this is on. No, I don't have any assists. Is that maybe why it's acting up? We've got to find out. So hopefully we've got a 10th position start, and that's because we got like a mediocre time in there, but we will find out. I'm not too sure what my friends list times were either, so we'll probably have to find out what our friends list time was as well. If we came out on top of any of that. 5 laps of this, it's not a big race, but it's definitely full of action anyway for 16 people, 5 laps. It's a straight race, I think. I don't think you need to pit. I didn't actually notice any required pit stops, just that you had to use the mediums. Brake balance can go 2 to the back. Two and two. We'll run 2 and 2. We'll run 2 and 2. That's the safer bet. In about a minute and a half a lap, so not a lot of time to catch back up or to catch. What's going on there? Already? I need to get out of the way of these people quickly. I'm not going to try any overtakes just yet. Okay. My reckoning is we get away with traction control 1. I'm so lucky. So lucky I didn't get a penalty back there as well. I don't know if anybody noticed that. We went traction control 1 instead of 2. We're going to keep the brake balance 2 in the rear. Okay, it's his top 5 that are hardest to get. Set fastest time. Okay, we're in P4 from 10th position. Still gaining on first. By the way, I'm never attempting that curb on that corner again. That was never meant to happen. You can cut that corner just right, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it, the amount the track actually takes your car off the track. You know, you'd probably be better off just taking the corner normally than this game. Last corner, sixth to last corner. Maybe one position higher than we started. That might be nice. Okay, still finishing 10th. Let me see if I can gain a position back on this last straight here. Come on, come on! Ah! Well, we finished where we started. We lost 6 positions there, I think. Yeah, 6 positions. We lost that one little spin out. Not good. Traction control 1's alright, but it needs a lot of control. I feel like brake balance could go 2 at the back as well. 3 at the back instead of 2, which could help our case. Next one might start at 10 past, possibly, giving us enough time to get a better lap down. Driver rating, sportsmanship rating, I'm not sure. Jesus. Not good. Not good, but it's our first race, so we've been in there. Remember to change the oil. That's not a bad. It's not a bad bit of advice. The last time I was on, I had to change the oil. Thanks for the race. That was a good race. Was any of these in the lobbies yesterday? I know one of them, Tommy Boy. He's been in lobbies before. He's pretty quick. A few lobbies before, actually. Now that I mention it. Driver rating still sitting the same. We've almost broken into B with a sort of consistent style of driving, rather than being more hands-on. We're behaving on track. Yeah, the next one might start in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, one or the other. 10 past, right? Okay, that starts at 10 past. What is this? At least 810 kg. What? Oh my god. Why? Oh no. These races, like, some of the races are really good, but for me, I don't know. I would have more chance crashing one of them than I ever would crash in like a faster car, and I feel like that's quite like backwards, to be honest. But you know, who am I pleasing? Nobody. No thanks. That's not for me. That's not for me. Give it a couple more races, and we're going to be having a look at that and see what we can't do with that. This starts on Wednesday. There's the different tracks. You've got F3500B and A Formula One or Super Formula. You've got a GR3, a GR2, specified and specified. So that's not a bad lineup compared to the Manufacturers' Cup. Was all GT3 races, no GR4 at all, not one race. It proved to be a bit harder, to be honest. Red Bull Ring. Right, so again, what are these times looking like? No way. No way if I just went on and done that. Yeah, why? No way. That's cool. That's cool. That makes me happy. It shouldn't, but it does. That's why I was trying to get to the friends list. Get a look at the friends list before the race, but I couldn't get in there. But I feel like it would have sort of tickled me a little bit pink before I went in, so I'm glad I done it after. We're gonna enter this one. Where are we? WRX GR3, thank you. 5 past, 5 minutes to get in there. And I think a refreshment is in order. 1 with energy qualities. So I don't really want you to just sit and watch a timer. So I'll put the world times up. I feel like that'll be a little bit more interesting for you than just sitting there. Okay, I have no clue how to work my way through this, but there we go. See, there's people setting times right now, because that was 8,000 2 seconds ago, and now it's 1:28. This is ridiculous. Right, okay, well, there's the world times. I am going to get a refreshment. Back my tick. I am here. I just forgot to unmute my mic, like the noob that I am. 2 on the back. 2. Ah, yeah, we'll keep it, we'll keep it. Okay, starting in 9th this time, lucky us. What did we do right? Looks like Mr. Pro Noob's going to get a bit of contact off of their bars, unfortunately. Look at this. This is what I hate. This is what I hate. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Oh, yes! The control! Right, let's try and get this back because we have went so far back. What is it with the mentality of everybody in this lobby? I don't understand. Dirty racing going on, and look at them, they're all literally just sat there, not that far ahead either. On that one of the last corners just before the end of the race there, that guy didn't even look on his radar about his car before moving onto the racing line. He just pulled across. So the front of my car went out. Not nice. Let's get you up here. Let's go, White. Let's give you a little bump draft up here. Or maybe not. Oh my god. Yeah, do you know what? It's your own fault. See you later. I mean, at this point, you're just trying to set a lap now. It might piss a few people off if we do get the fastest lap. I mean, I should have got a penalty for going off the track there, but I didn't. What we do have is front left damage. That should repair. There we go, repaired. Oh, you gave me the inside of the corner. Why are you closing it off? Unbelievable. Give me that, give me that, give me that. Outside, I have the outside. Do not come across the track. Oh, thank you. What? I can't get away from it. Everybody wants that racing line, but nobody's willing to actually drive properly for it. Jesus! Come on! Okay. Whoa. Maybe it was my bad there. That was my bad. So this bottom right here tells you where everybody is. Let him go, let him go. Any slight manoeuvre in there would have had us out of the corner and out of the lap. Got one lap left. Okay, nowhere near the fastest lap, nowhere near where we started. Well, position behind. I think position maybe 1 to 5th. Yeah, positions 1 to 5, maybe 1 to 6 are probably the safest to try and tuck into. I've lost everything there. Well, I've lost a little bit off of everything. My driver rating and my sportsmanship rating. Again, which is it? See, that's Sinner, guys. Like, there's too many crash kids, and I'm like, what's your issue? Because you're one of the people that smashed me off track because you couldn't handle being taken over. That's the issue that you've got to settle with, I think, in this game is, like, again, he blatantly knows what he was up to on track there. But what can you say? You can only go to a certain extent before... before people don't want to argue back. But all in all, I didn't come last, so that is a bonus. Okay, 22 minutes past, next one's at half past. Enter with it this time round because we didn't do it right the last time. Why is that music on? Other background music, I think, is the one that we were looking for. If anybody was wondering about this setup, I showed this the last time, and look at me, I don't even know where to go. There we go, controllers. You can obviously use the controller, but you can use your Fanatec Thrustmaster, you know, Logitech there. The Fanatec has a couple of different options, like steering controller settings. You can, like that's my wheel right now. If you let it go, it'll just 100% brake. Ah, okay. So that's 100% brake. Any more than that isn't needed. And that's me just pushing my foot on the brake. That's me pushing harder. So you can brake up to 80%. So that's pretty much 80%. 80-90%. And then all the way down is 100. Handbrake, I don't have handbrake. Minimum. Wait, so if I go to minimum, what is this? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know this was here. Wow. Okay. That's too far. Right, okay. That's my clutch, but I don't use the clutch. Right, okay. Right, I see how this could come into play maybe later on. But for now I think we're good without ruining that. I had no idea. That's cool. It's really cool the depths they've went to for that one. Now, if we go into this, the music should now not be on in the race menu, which is what I'm wanting. Drum roll, please. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's good. Right, let's try and get another good lap down. Regs, is he on right now? Is he on right now? I bet he's on right now. He is, no way. Okay, we're gonna have to beat his time, I think. Okay. So I've got something to aim for anyway. A 180 was not on the cards there. I also feel like if I turn the volume down in here, where is it? Engine noise, transmission noise, tire squeals. Yeah, I'll put that all back to here. Let's try it, see if we can't get it in one lap. $131, we need to be there. No luck. We're sitting pretty with our time at the minute. I feel like we would only get half a lap in there. So you can see this guy's like currently actively setting new lap times. And I need to get close to that. And it's only by like 3 or 4 tenths as well, so not a heavy order. I feel like we could tweak the settings a little bit more on the car. It'd be handy to find out. Oh, this is a completely different lineup from what there was last week. See, got one? Yeah, we'll go for like 3rd. Okay, right, this will show the braking, acceleration, the coasting. Maybe not. Maybe not, because we are already in a game. It's the real driving dirty simulator. Okay, good evening. No, I'm not doing that. No! No way! That's my friend on my friends list. No way. Has he responded to my message? Okay, this just got a whole lot more interesting. Best behaviour. Of course he's starting up in second, look at him. I get you, I get you. It's all amongst the top pack now. Little bit of space starting to open up back there. No, scratch that. Jesus! Seriously? Deserved every bit of that. 2 seconds for what? 20 people going into the side of my car. Should ghost me out. Or yellow flag it, or something. Not... that's not what to do, pal. Don't close off the only part of the road. Big, massive believer in the fact that the higher up the driver rating, the dirtier the racers. Even sportsmanship rating can't save you from that. Oh my god, Jamie, you have missed it. I don't know if you can watch the stream back like 5 minutes, but... look at that! Do you know what? I don't mind my driver rating right now. I really don't. Now, you could have had a chance to catch up a little bit more there. All he had to do was just not bump me. Like, we're sitting at the very back of the race. He had options. So did I. There he is again. You think you're in the clear. You are not. Look, I'm trying to get away. Ah! I'm coming for you. Woo! Next race will be clean. Oh no. Who's this? Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? Ah well. Yep. Because why not? Why not brake in the middle of a... I need to get a faster time if I'm going to escape this. See, getting set in the middle. 6th place. I knew it. Okay, we need to get out of 6th place. So that's the... after this race, we need to try and get out of 6th place. Oh, look at this. Struggle to slow down there. Held that pretty well, actually. I'll give that to him. Two laps to go, 13th position, driver rating and sportsmanship rating absolutely destroyed. This is why I feel like they need to sort that out. Like, they have all these... Come on! Redemption. Redemption. How's it going, Eddie? I seen your message here, pal. What's the patter today? I did not even expect that to happen. I seen the ghost. I seen the car coming down the hill. Did not in a million years expect his time that he was gonna like out ghost was exactly when he was coming across. I think he should have stayed ghosted though because of the speed. I really think that guy, no matter what he did on track, felt very unfortunate. Look at him, he's left. He's left. So we can sit on the fact that the driver rating's not going to take much of a beating, not as much as his. Ooh, that's it. Held. Second. Trailing. One lap to go. 1:31.9, I think we could potentially get fastest in. If we really try and push this. Yeah, good man. It's good to keep yourself busy though. You have to keep yourself busy, otherwise you go insane. Turns out that view is not for us. I learned driving in this view. I feel like the more I've been using the other one to be able to see the corners better. Oh no! Well, that's the end of that race, thank God. Now we might just start doing laps and see if we can't beat that 1:31 time that's just sat above ours. I don't even want to know. 13th, thanks very much. What I also don't want to know is my driver rating and my sportsmanship rating, to be honest. Yeah, fair play to Regs right there. Yeah, good on him. Yeah, I am going the other way from him, so I'm not going to see him in a race anytime soon again, but jump on race A. What's on race A? What is that again? I know it's GR4. What is it on? Like I say, I know it's GR4 for sure, but I don't know what it actually is. Didn't go down that much. My sportsmanship rating took an absolute pasting. It'll probably fix itself, to be honest. Majority of races that I have aren't that bad. That driver rating though, it took so long to get up. That was fun. Let's play against. I never even got to race with you. What are you talking about? Didn't even get to race with you. Still. Oh, so wish I'd have recorded that that replay there. Saved the replay. That would have been so funny to go through and see what happened. Deep Forest. Ah, man, I've got myself a Red Bull Ring tonight. I'm also going to be doing the first round of the Nations Cup practice. Starts on Wednesday, so I'll be doing a bit of that before I go off. At least tonight, anyway. Rent event specified. Come on. We can get the time done. I know it. Certainly get the time done. He beat my time and then joined me in a race. How crazy is that? I had my microphone muted. Apologies. We have been getting slammed about in the last couple of races, so this is a bit of a breath of fresh air for us. We've hopefully avoided a penalty through doing that. I know we gave a space up, but I think we avoided a half-second penalty there. Spectacular turn of events. Okay. Good driving sometimes gets your position without contest. That's okay. Well, a couple of better exits would have had us finish a little bit quicker than that, but I'm quite happy with that. Started in 6th, made our way up till 2nd. Cheers, Eddie. It's always a bit stressful when you're starting any further back than 5th. That's what I'm trying to say about this one, at least. Start any further back at 5th, or at least if you start within like the next 4 or 5 people after 5th, that's like a danger zone. Just absolute carnage. But the driver rating will have went back up, hopefully more than what it went down. That's the aim, because when these Nations Cup Manufacturers Cups come around, you have obviously some spun out. Yeah, it happens, man. Especially with that car. I haven't driven it in a while, and I think the last time I did drive that car, it was when I was using the controller before I got the rig set up. Still though. Oh, who's this guy? I don't want him to leave without me saying thank you. Thank you. That was a close one. Well done. That was a good race. He didn't leave, I don't think. Is he still in here? Still? Ah, there's only 2 of us in here. He left. It's always nice when you get a little bit of a message like that. Instead of like, I don't know, anger. There he is, man. There he is. Is that the guy that just said that in the game? I'm sure it is. Good man. Yeah, I didn't want to leave the chat without thanking you for that one. Yeah, it definitely was. The last 2 races I've had on this one, to be honest. Yeah. They weren't too bad, man. I say weren't too bad. I got spun off a couple of times. There was a few dirty racers, and you give your own little bit of justice back. I mean, right now we're. Let me have a look. This will justify everything, hopefully. We're back where we started. Sportsmanship rating has went back up. Thanks very much. That's what I wanted. Now, when's the next race? Is it 10 past? I really feel like we can beat that time. Wait. Wasn't my qualifying time higher than that? Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Regs that has 31 too. Damn it. 31.2. World's best, I'm sure, is like 28. Yeah. 28 until where? Still 28s. Yeah, that'll. Oh. Yeah, so top 150. We'll say top 148 is 128. Actually, it is top 150. There we go. But everybody's done it in different things, though. Like, it's mostly WRX, but Mercedes is there, Beetle's there, GTR Nismo's there, the Lancer's there. Yeah, there's more than just the WRX being pretty quick on this track. However, we are not changing our selection. We're going to stay with the WRX. Okay, I've just had to sort the microphone there. If somebody would kindly let me know if there's anything weird going on with the microphone. I'm noticing a couple of things on this end, but it might be nothing. It's also getting closer to the draw, if anybody can still hear me. It's getting closer to the draw for the merchandise drop. It's happening at the start of March. There'll be a name pulled, well, there'll be a follower pulled, subscriber pulled. there's a post on the YouTube channel. So perfect, Eddie. Thank you very much, pal. Yeah, so the start of March, on the 1st of March, the name will be pulled, or username will be pulled, and whoever it is will get the sort of first drop of merchandise, whatever that may be. It'll definitely be an official Void Sim Racing hoodie for starters. Possibly a couple of other things chucked on there as well. So have a little look at that if you're ever scrolling through. There'll be a couple more things like that up as well, but it is the first one, so trying to get things rolling with it. Okay. It's a new personal best. I don't know what happened with the brakes at the end there, but it worked. That's a good start for the next lap. You have to be kidding me. Right, well, the point I'm trying to make is at least we know there's time there. Still starting in 6th, though. I don't know how that happened. Here we go. Yeah, you're not wrong, Eddie. There is quite a few Porsche drivers. There has been throughout my races anyway, which means I'm nowhere near these people that are getting top times, clearly. Not far off, but not exactly a great deal closer either. Okay, we're hopeful at least. Not bad starting position, but again, 6th. Could have been doing with 5th. Don't know if anybody's seen that at all, but I think my driver rate's going to take a dump because of that guy. See how many overtakes we can get before the end of the race. I don't think I'm going to continue that race. I don't see much point in continuing that race. Any more point than there is joining this queue for the next race and giving myself 15 minutes. Yes, 15 minutes. 15 whole minutes to get another good lap in. Oh man, I'm so close though. Like, look at this, Jamie. Honestly, this is the only reason I don't want to go to race A right now. Because I've put time into this one. Also, the German driver has poor connection. Well, it comes down to connection as well, yeah, but cars start drifting across the track. And there's nothing you can do about that. But when it gets to a point of, no matter if they're like lagging everywhere, if their nose is like straight at the side of your car, like that's not connection. That's just, well, it's some kind of connection, but it's not an internet connection anyway. It's just a inconvenience. Because it does just take one thing, and I'm telling you, like, lap 18 into a 20 lap stint of Spa, and somebody spins you out. There you go. There's that time and that whole race, like, zilched. So then if you don't try and take it like constructively, as in like more time on the track or just more experience with other racers on the track, it pisses you off a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie, excuse the French, but it does. And then, of course, when you get to the point of thinking, oh, do you know what, driver rating B, it's gonna be absolutely excellent. No, it's not. Maybe not the first part anyway, but definitely as you go on, surely it should get better. Again, that's just a thought. That is well and truly just a thought. Now, I want to have a look at one or two laps of this, because I do have, oh, for God's sake, if I can get myself onto it, I want to have a look at the laps, the fastest laps. Like, as in the replays as well. That's where I think I can make up these little bits of extra time. Yeah, the straights are worse because, like, they have more time to realise where people are, whereas in the corners, I don't know, it's 50-50. You know, people can kind of disguise it as just not being in control of the car, but how far does that go, you know? How far does that go? Not very far. I want to come off of here. I want to come back out of here because when I'm talking I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. I'll get better at the whole two things at a time. What is going on here? Do you know what it is? I keep thinking it's instantly on the leave button. It's not been. Look at that. There you go. Yeah, thanks. We do want to go on to here, but we want to go to here and then here. Our time got us into 8,200, which isn't bad. Like, there's not a lot of time in between it, but there's 8,000 people in between that. You know, it's a lot of people, no matter which way you want to think about it. But what I will do is I'll chuck up number 2 in the world, the Frenchman. He's going to be doing something different, so the idea is to look for it and maybe see how I'm doing things. Yeah, oh yeah, still good, man. Like, still good. You can still enjoy it, but there's a lot of spanners to be chucked in all sorts of works. So yeah, it's just a hope and pray situation before then. And just after that one, I'm kind of tweaking my rig whilst I'm showing you these. The foot pedals could be out a little bit further, but I'm trying to sort of fine tune it, and I think you can all do without the rattling on the headphones. What do we want to go for? I don't really want to go for a time that's too far the same. So I'm going to go to over 50. We'll go for over 50. If there is one over 50. There we go. No, that's a Beetle. WRX, there we go. Australian. Be able to see what's happening there. Play replay. Because this is the level just some people are on. Okay, apologies for the waiting. That was onboard view just of a couple of laps whilst I was tweaking my sim rig because it doesn't feel right. Now, when I get a different rig, this will hopefully not be an issue. But the issue right now that I'm currently having is the fact that my knees are touching the underside, which makes me feel, but then if I put my pedals out a little bit further, you know, I won't be able to have really good control over them, so I'm at catch-22 with it all. But we have a race to be doing. Finished second? Sure, it was second in the other race. Still. Hey ho. If anybody's got any pointers, chuck them up in the chat just now so I can have a look so that I know before I go into this race. And then I'll be able to hopefully implement them and pull ahead a little bit further. Minute 2. There's no way we'll get a lap in now, but that was quick. And I'm hearing your, you'll be hearing my verbal frustration or celebration. It depends how this goes. Formalities. Get them out of the way. Thanks, Eddie. I'm sure it'll be all right. Starting at 7th this time, so I'm further into the carnage pack as usual. Look at Shady, looking shady. A little bit of fight, and I think we'll get a position back up there. Okay, we've got a bit of a position back. Fastest lap. Managed to grasp that corner there last minute. Good exit there. Chose to keep the racing line through that corner. I knew there was going to be an overtake coming. Just as well he messed that corner up a little bit, otherwise he would have been in front right now. He has inside. Wow. And that's that. Okay. And that is that. So, can we just say we got first? No, we can't just say we got first. Okay, 6th position finish. We're staying positive. What an absolute train wreck. Ooh, yeah, that happens. Not good. I do, however, oh mate, why I was right there. Right behind. Sorry. Ah, was that you? I mean, I don't think, yeah, I don't think there was much that we could have. I don't know if anybody's seen before going into that corner, there was a bit of contact. Also, I broke a bit later to try and tuck in. So, in my head, I'm like, well, it was my fault for cutting lanes because the inside wasn't mine. That's what it's came to. That's what it's came to. Plus, look at the bright side, my driver rating went up. My sportsmanship rating still went down, but I suppose we can deal with that later. It's not going anywhere. My driver rating's just staying exactly the same. It's all good, man. It's all good. I'm streaming all the time anyway, so you know, I'll crawl up there at some point. I'll probably get you in the next race as well, to be quite fair. Tw 850, the 850 race. This is ours. Yeah, me too, man. If you want to give us a little follow, you'll be able to get a notification on when I've like uploading or streaming. I have a feeling that you're going to be in most of my races for the next week at least. Sneaky suspicion you'll be in my races for the next week at least. Not Ford GT. Why would I pick that? It's not a bad car, but oh no, I just don't want to pick that car. The WRX is the meta car, so I'm just kind of going off of that. And then you do also have people that are trying to, you know, they're trying it in different cars, but it's cars that they've been driving for maybe a couple of years. And so every now and again you get this person that's like, in amongst all of the WRXs, there's just like a Porsche sat right in the middle, snug, nice fast time, that one guy. It's not going to be us. I'm hoping we get ourselves like a clean race before I call it quits for the night, but yeah, we'll soon see. I was going to do the Spa Nations Cup. I was going to do a bit of practice for that, but I mean, if we go in blind, it'll be a bit funnier. But we definitely won't get the result that we want, so potentially it's just better if we get a bit of practice in, whether it's on the controller later on, just to know the corners. But for now, we're good. We're good with what we're doing. That time can be beaten. I reckon we've got it in the bag. I know you can probably hear like the clunky gear changes in the background. Might have to break that question up a little bit, man. But so from what I got from your message there was, yes, there's going to be a Formula 1 car in the first round of the Nations Cup. Come on, that is not possible. How was that not quicker? Oh, jeez, we've not got a bad time, but trying to just knock as much as I can out of this. I should start releasing my brake a little bit earlier, I think. There has to be a penalty coming my way. No? How? How am I doing slightly better? Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. No, it's I've just said there, it is one of those things. You never know. I just said that it was pretty obvious that it was like on my behalf, I went over the track after taking it wide, not really seeing that far behind me, but also, you know, there was a bit of contact before the corner. There was a bit of contact before the corner, and essentially what happened was there was a bit of nudging, and we were pretty much side by side coming all the way down, like all the way down there that you can see behind me. And then just on the way out, I don't know, I was in first though as well, so it was like I'm on a wheel. I've only really been focusing on getting better on the wheel for about maybe 5 months or 6 months. I know it doesn't seem like it's still like beginner, but for something like this, I've said it in the other stream that after about a year, you could probably consider yourself good with the rig, but before that, you can't. There's no point, because the God's honest truth is you're probably not that good compared to like these people that we're looking at their laps and their replays. That's what I use for inspiration for laps all the time. I look at the best car, I look at some of the fastest times, but also look into like maybe the top 50, top 100, change it up, and like they're getting fast times, and they're not doing anything really that much different. Slightly earlier on the accelerator, slightly better trail braking, slightly better, you know, like full on the brakes, like braking points, slightly better braking points, and I just feel like these tiny little things, watch it over, practice, watch it over. I mean, if you keep honing it in, it's only gonna get better. There's nothing you can really do that doesn't get better if you were to do it all the time, or at least like, you know, 2-3 times a week like I do. But again, I've not really played the game for that long compared to a lot of people. But I find it very enjoyable though. That's why I'm still sat here. That was a misclick. I'm probably going to see a couple of the same. Oh my. Yeah, another misclick. I'm probably going to see a few of the same people in the next race. As far as experience goes, should I get rid of the edge and exhaust and that? There we go. It's about to start anyway, so it wouldn't really have mattered. Where did we start the last race? 7th. Ended up in 3rd. Fought it up to 1st and then spun out. So what are we not going to do? We're not going to use 1st on the inside of that corner. We're going to use 1st to maybe turn, but there's no way we can use it on the inside of that corner. No way. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you. Like I say, if you chuck a little subscribe on there, man, like, no pressure, but like you'll get updates whether or not I'm putting monstrosity videos up like it has been today. It's been a laugh for me, but I can't exactly break out laughing halfway through the race, because then I would just cry, like from straight laughter right into crying. Oh, I could have found the button there. Oh no. Right, well, back in it. See what we can do here. Thank you, brother, thank you. Okay, no spin-outs. We need to be a little bit more strict with ourselves here. I really wanted to get this car decaled now as well. I do have one, but I've not sent it off yet. That could have went so much worse right there. If you have a look above the rev limiter, you'll see a little red dot. That's where the top of my wheel is. That's where the very center point on the top of my wheel is. Heart attack central there. Good on you, Jamie. That's the aim for me, but you seem to have beat me there. Lovely little switch back there on the tight hairpin. into P2 now, last lap, defending. Appreciate that, Jamie, thank you. Come on! Come on! Celebrate good times, because that was a little bit more hard thought than I thought it was going to be. Did I get spun out? Someone remind me if I got spun out earlier on in that race. I'm sure I did. Every bit of my body tells me that I got spun out just before. And if so, and a clean race as well, and 6 positions race, see, that's a successful race right there. 50% prize money as well. All my stuff's designed by G-Force there, don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, we still got second. Definitely. I'm not gonna put mines in. I'm gonna let him have this one. I didn't even realise at the start of the race, but I'm gonna subscribe to him later, just because. You're in pole as B rating. That's good, man. Like you seem to be getting better and better. B rating. No worries, man. Well, I'll see you when you're next on, or when I'm next on. 10 past is the next race. I feel like we can get away with that for the last race of the evening. We certainly can. I'm gonna stretch the legs for a minute or two. Yeah, man. If you just want to chuck a subscription on, or if not, you'll probably see it there anyway. Not a lot of people have a lot of interest in this game anymore, and it's a bit like there's a lot of people have interest in it, but you know, the people I watch, for example, myself, I watch Super GT or Eries, so jump over there and see them like do what they do. It's just a different world. My Discord, let me just have a look here, man. Let me have a look. It's just Brandon space Waldo. So Brandon space WALDO. And I'll be able to just get it from here. I really wish I'd save the data from the corners. No worries, man. Thanks very much. I wish I saved my data from the corners. I really do. He's not got one. He's got one. Yeah, no worries. Well, I mean, I've seen them now, so what I'll do is I'll go back onto the stream later on, once I'm sort of chilling out, and I'll. Man, you know, I'm not that good. I do appreciate that. It's just the stuff that I've learned, and to be honest, again, I was on a controller from potentially like 5 months ago. I say that because it could be a couple of weeks either side, but like that's roughly when I got this whole thing started. Um, and I started with Watkins Glen, funnily enough, um, which went to absolute terror. But I mean, getting used to the wheel now, and no, bro, no. I'm on a wheel. I'm on a Logitech G29 wheel, challenge racing chair, and frame setup. It's quite nice, man. It's maneuverable as well, so you know you can whip the cockpit out, and then as soon as you don't need it, you can just kind of put it away. It doesn't have to stay where it is. Um, and I do recommend getting that as well, the Logitech G29. But I might get another one after this as well. You know, so that's kind of where I'm going with it. It's at the point now where it's starting to make like little squeaks. In 4 minutes. I start the race in 4 minutes, Flavio. I'm hoping that's your name. I'm just gonna call you that just now. I've seen that on your username. Yeah, the race will start in 4 minutes. I'm confident about another time. Let's go. See what we can get out of this. No traction control. Shock. Don't know what happened there. I'm okay with it. I feel awfully good about that. Cool. Now we go here. We need to go over to the other side and check everything else out now that we've just beat our time. Buy that as well. The only thing we wanted to do was beat Regs, and we beat Regs. Can go off a happy man. And it's given us a start of 5th. Not bad. You have to be nice. Ah, man. Oh well. Good luck with your race, though. Let me know how it goes. Thank you, Flavio. See you later, Eddie. Thanks a lot, pal. Cheers, Jamie. Take it easy, though. Put the hazards on. Apologise for that. That was totally my bad there. We just about slipped out a belter there. What on earth happened there? Still got 2 laps to go. I don't know what happened there to that guy. There was 2 people in front of me. I'm trying, bro, I'm trying to push it. Couple of lucky laps. Catching up, I just don't think it's going to be enough. Well, can we be happy with a 3rd place finish? I think so. Earlier on where we started, I can't remember what position we were in, but we started away in the backpack, 9th or 10th or above. We managed to get up to 2nd. too bad. It's not been too bad tonight. Getting used to the new daily races tonight, but nice, because I mean anywhere in between the top 5 is pretty much, you know, fair play. It's all pretty much level fair playing ground. Thanks very much, pal. See you soon. Yeah, so that's it. I think that's us completely well and truly done out. They enjoyed it, but I mean, you know, there seemed to be some amount of people that just didn't fancy me overtaking them. But that's the way it goes. Nonetheless, I'll be streaming on Wednesday because that's the first day of the Manufacturers Cup. So, the Nations Cup. So probably maybe Wednesday 6 p.m. probably. But until Wednesday 6 p.m. when you can either see a monstrosity or not a monstrosity, that is me. So I shall catch you in a bit. Thanks very much.